with the help of God's grace.
We form the mind, body, and spirit.
Of each child.
Within our school family.
We form children to be leaders for Christ.
Over the last year, we've asked ourselves what makes us here at St. Peter and Paul who we are. We can point to our prayer life, we can point to our family atmosphere, as well as our concern for each individual child. But really what makes us special is our desire to form leaders for the world around us, young men and women who can make a difference and help to bring Christ to the world.
Former Olympian Karen Kemner, who is actually just from Quincy, Illinois, came to visit the students. And we had her come not only since it tied in with the Olympics, but also because she set a wonderful example as a leader. As a leader, students were able to see a model of someone who has taken the talent that God has given her, worked hard, persevered, practiced. She excelled with her talent, but she still is a very humble person and relies very heavily on her Catholic faith. And so the students were able to see that as a very positive experience.
Oh goodness, it's so important to help the kids realize, and adults realize, the choices we make either have good or bad consequences, and a person can choose to either be a leader for Christ or not to be.
During Catholic Schools Week, we had a dance-a-thon. Students raised pledges and went out and collected money and pledges to donate to the Ronald McDonald House. And then we also had Ronald McDonald himself come and visit and danced with the students, the whole faculty, parents in the gym. This created, as in the students' words, this was a win-win situation because the students were able to have fun and get to visit and have fun with Ronald McDonald, but they also were able to see the great part of giving back to the community and raising money for such a worthy cause as the Ronald McDonald House.
In recent times, we've had a lot of success in forming our children to be leaders by means of the Leader in Me program. It's based on Stephen Covey's 7 Habits for Highly Effective People. And even though the Leader in Me isn't specifically Catholic, we've found that this program meshes well with our Catholic understanding of virtue and how virtue is built by good habitual choice making combined with God's grace. And by means of this, we hope that our kids can change the world in little ways, one person at a time.
The Leader in Me and the 7 Habits prepares kids to not only make good choices here at school, but be leaders for Christ at home. It gives kids the tools they need to be leaders for Christ and be good citizens.
I think the Leader in Me is important because it gives our students a clear understanding that we as teachers and staff care. We certainly care about feeding children's brains, putting all that good and necessary academic nourishment in there, but we also care about feeding their hearts too. We want to see our children grow up to be successful, yes, but we also want to see them grow up to be compassionate and brave and giving. We want to see them grow up to be leaders for Christ.